Roll the tobacco. We know the truth now. Hit the like button, hit the share button. I love you and I'm in love with you. Roll the corn. Roll the tobacco. Put the smoke in the chat today. Put the tobacco and the smoke in the chat and put where you're from. Put the smoke in the chat and put where you're from. Roll the tobacco today. We know the truth now. Lonely Wolf, what up? Put the smoke in the chat. We smoking big hemp and big tobacco today. Big tobacco smoking Indians. Roll the corn. The Red, what up? 904 ducked off 89. Roll the corn. Roll the tobacco. Put the smoke in the chat. Vito, what's up, my kinfolk? Follow Vito 601. Jacktown in the building. Follow Vito 601. See, I love my people and I'm in love with them. I don't know about these other guys. Roll the corn. Like a real nigga told me a long time ago, I don't care if you got a zip or a truckload, you stay real. I don't care if you got a zip or a truckload, a 3.5 or a truckload, you stay real, nigga. That don't matter. What matter is you stay real with your people. Don't you ever switch up. Rich or poor, mansion or homeless, don't you switch up. That don't define you as a spiritual being. Roll the corn. Now, y'all tag this hunter-gatherer, Joe Yaya, Joe the Liar, in the first 5 minutes of the chat, and let's see, is he gonna get up here and defend this shit he be talking about? Because I'm on tobacco smoke today. Roll the corn. Tag Joe Yaya, woke Seneca, whatever kind of smoke he want this morning, he can get it. Because your people ain't spoke no Hebrew and ain't built no goddamn mounds and ain't made no languages, no ancient languages. You take that shit somewhere and go lie to them Indians. We don't believe you. You need a whole lot of more people. Roll the corn. It's time to crush all ants. I'm crushing all ants. Get your ass out the way. Don't tag me. Don't rebuttal my video. Don't be following me. See, I should block your ass, but I ain't gonna block you. I ain't gonna block you. My people taught your people a long time ago, and I'll teach y'all ass again. Roll the corn. We taught you hunter-gatherers a long time ago. We'll teach y'all again. We just that virtuous, right? You following my page, talking about my video. He don't know what. Why you following me then? You're trying to soak up the energy of the original people with the original knowledge. See, a lot of y'all content creators, let me tell y'all something, bro. When I first started on this internet, I had a whole bunch of content creators reaching out to me. We want to do interviews, we want to talk, we want to do all that, right? But as soon as I get to saying certain things that don't align with your teaching, you don't want to talk to me no more. I'm glad you don't want to talk to me, nigga. Roll the coin. You know why? Because you lying. I'm glad you don't want to talk to me. It was all hunky-dory and lovely and all this lying on the internet and all this going on. Soon as I get to tell the truth, everybody disappear. That's how I know y'all some fucking agents, bro. Soon as I get to telling the truth, all you alien motherfuckers disappear. Soon as I get to tell the truth, all you Moorish niggas disappear. All you Muslim niggas disappear. Everybody just gone. Where everybody at? Billy Carson putting up pictures of his daddy, talking about his daddy indigenous. Don't switch up now. Why you teaching all that Arab shit and your daddy an Indian, nigga? Huh? Roll the coin. Why you teaching all that French and Latin shit? Talking about you and no, y'all don't want to talk to me no more. They don't want to talk the truth now no more. If your mama YT, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. All that old extra shit, just acting like you them people. No, I ain't going for none of that no more. Nah, we ain't doing that. Playtime over, bro. I'm not here to make no friends. Only friends I'm trying to make is the people who want the truth. We don't want no half truth. We don't want no 3/4 of the truth. We want 100% truth from people connected to this ancestry and have lost something on this motherfucking land. Some of y'all people ain't lost nothing. Y'all are immigrants. Your people came over here and gained. Then you want to get on here and act like you been in the struggle. Nigga, you ain't been in no struggle. Eat no potato salad with the raisins. What kind of struggle you been in? Roll the coin. Your people ain't sharecrop, nigga. Your people land one took. Your damn mama from England, some motherfucker wearing Sweden and goddamn Switzerland, and you want here trying to teach my people from deep down in the mud of the fucking South the truth. No, we ain't going for that. Not no more. Take that lame shit on where you got it from. Joe Yaya, where the fuck you at? Joe the liar. I'm sick of you. Look at you. Your people ain't built nothing. Roll the coin. You a pretendian. Come talk to me then. Come on, talk to me. I sent you the request. That's what I thought. Blocked. Get your ass out of here. Roll the coin. See, they want us to be, our bloodline is virtuous. We always had love for hunter-gatherers. We the only people got love for you hunter-gatherers. You and the YT people. Don't nobody else in the world like y'all. Who like y'all? The Africans don't like y'all. Y'all took they shit. The Muslims don't like y'all. Y'all took they shit. Who like y'all? We let y'all come over here and fed you motherfuckers corn when y'all ain't had nothing to eat. It's in the old books. Who else fed y'all when y'all were hungry? Nobody. So we tired of showing love to you hunter-gatherers. We finna start bucking. We finna start acting a fool around here in a minute. Roll the coin. See, that's what y'all don't want us to do. Act a damn fool. We finna turn back to them wild Indians in a minute. We finna turn back to them wild Indians in a minute and tear this motherfucker up and rebuild it, because we can rebuild it. That's what's finna happen. When I get to speaking the truth, everybody disappear. Everybody. Your name is Booty Player, and you got one follower, and you come in my life. Come on, man. See? That's what I be saying. Block. Booty player. Oh, man. See? These the type of people that... Listen, bro. In the next 5 years, we getting our shit back. I'm patient. We coming. Roll the card. Now, tag Woke Cynical. Tag them right now. And if I got to be a motherfucking chief, I got to be a motherfucking chief. That's just what it got to be. Roll the card. I ain't asked for this. This just what it got to be. If I got to be the Cossin, then what the fuck got to go on? Because hunter-gatherers finna get out the way. It's over. It's over. It's a wrap. Woke Cynical, where you at? That's what I thought. Missing. Now let me show y'all something. Put the smoke in the chat. Put the smoke in the motherfucking chat. Put the smoke in the chat. We want smoke all day today. Roll the corn. And I'm going to tell you why we want smoke. Now, truth now. You was talking about the Lenape Indians, the Micmac Indians yesterday. Them ain't no melanated people. Okay, let me show you who they is before I get started on the smoke. Let me show you exactly who they is before I get started on the smoke. Now, Micmac Indians, Lenape Indians, right? Same bloodline. Same bloodline of people. Let me show you before we get started. The same bloodline of people. Now, Lenape, Delaware, Micmac, and Algonquin speaking people. Lenape, also known as Delaware, Micmac, Algonquin speaking people, indicating a shared linguistic ancestry. Now, Algonquin, who the fuck is that? Who is that? Here go the fake one. Here go the real one. Who is this? He Algonquin, white chief Powhatan. Algonquin, melanated, tall people. Who the fuck is the original people? Algonquin, Lenape, Micmac, speaking hieroglyphics, writing hieroglyphics. This how they looked. Then y'all come with them fake ass books, got them looking like this. Nah, this ain't how they looked. That's how they look right there. Fighting these hunter-gatherers. Fighting hunter-gatherers. Whitewashed. Now, let's go look at their language. Let's go look at the languages. Micmac Indians. Some type of ancient Egyptian petroglyphs and hieroglyphs. With the same Nephite language. Nephite, Micmac, same language. Now, what we got on our hands, Truth? Tall, melanated Indians, the damn so-called Nephites, writing Nephite languages and Egyptian-style languages with red and black mask, of the Lenape. Yeah. With stone, goddamn, carved in stone, the face carved in fucking stone, of the Lenape mass features in Ohio of the Hopewell and Adena. These our motherfucking people. Don't you play with me. Roll the coin. We got stone, shit carved in stone, older than your bloodline of people. Right in Ohio. This ain't no fucking Africa. Fleming Falls, Ohio. These receipts, bro. These the mound builders, bro. These are the ancestors of the melanated Indian. The American Indian that was here when them other motherfuckers came. Y'all can stop making up history. It's over with. We want our motherfucking land back. Adena Hopewell era of prehistoric mound builders. Speaking and created the Hebrew language. They created, not speaking it, they created the Hebrew language. Because this language left this land and went to the Mediterranean and Israel and all the motherfucking places over there. And they took our stories that we had wrote down and turned it into biblical stories. Took the way we lived and turned it into ways to live of the Jewish or the Israelite community. Our ancient culture built the world and we built in stone. Our faces in stone in America. You think they ain't get better than that? How you think Egypt can even build some shit made out of stone? Ain't no stone in the desert. You got to go find it. You got to know where it's at. Let's keep going. Roll the coin. Let's go look at this right here. We know the truth now. Roll the coin. Now, it's something in this receipt I wanted to show y'all, right? Where is it? Where is it? Disgrace. Now, let's go look at this right here. Let me show y'all something. The cigarette beetle is found in Egypt and is believed to have originated there. The cigarette beetle, it's the dumb shit y'all want to teach my people. The cigarette beetle started in Egypt. You know what I'm about to do to this shit. Roll the coin. Y'all all right? Y'all already know. I think it was a receipt in here about the cigarette beetle. I must have missed it. Hold on. Cigarette beetle. This ain't the receipt. Hold on. Now, Lesioderma cigarette beetle. Let's keep going. The cigarette beetle was found in Tutankhamun's goddamn grave and Ramses. Ramses and Tutankhamun got the cigarette beetle in their grave. Based on discovered remains of Tutankhamun 3,500 years ago. The insects present in various parts of the world, including America, is a result of being transported through commerce. You a goddamn lie. You a goddamn lie. Tutankhamun and Ramses II got the fucking tobacco beetle in their damn tomb, and I'm finna show it to you. Let's keep going. Commonly known as the cigarette beetle, and is a significant pest that infects dried tobacco and tobacco products. It feeds on spices and all that, but it really wants tobacco. It's a tobacco beetle. Let's keep going. It lays its eggs in tobacco that's already cured, people. It's already cured. Let's keep going. The cigarette beetle, found in the tomb of Tutankhamun and the mummy of Ramses II, leading scientists to believe it originated in Egypt. How the fuck did it originate in Egypt? Ain't no tobacco in Egypt. Why is it on tobacco in tombs that don't come from Egypt? Interesting. Tobacco was found in Ramses' system. Nicotine. Let's keep going. Now, in Egypt, they was putting these beetles, embalming beetles, showing respect to the beetle, right? Why are y'all showing so much respect to the beetle? Let's keep going. Cigarette beetle eats tobacco. You see it? Watch this. The beetle survives on tobacco by housing symbolic yeast that helps break down the nicotine, natural pesticide in tobacco. Roll the coin. Dried tobacco products and primary food source for the cigarette beetle. That beetle, now this is the part I want y'all to remember. It's dried, people. Dried tobacco. It don't eat tobacco in the field. It comes after the tobacco is cured. So, cured tobacco had to come from America. Somebody cured the tobacco in America and shipped it to Egypt. While you shipping it, the tobacco beetle is still in the package. Interesting. It don't supposed to be in Egypt. Let's keep going. How was the caterpillar of tobacco leaves, Lysoderma, found in 1450 BC in the Cape, Equatorian area, and Santorini Island, while we know that tobacco arrived in Europe in the 1600s? Now, just like I taught it, who was in ancient Santorini Island? Put it in the chat. I'm going to prove, I ain't just got to prove Egypt ain't them people. I'm going to prove everybody was us. That same beetle was in Santorini. Who built ancient Santorini? Put it in the chat. Roll elite receipt motherfucking game. The Cretans. Let's look it up so the people won't think I'm faking. Got to prove everything. Who lived in ancient? Who built that motherfucker? Santorini, Greece. That's Greece, people. Santorini. Santorini, Greece. Who built that son, bitch? Who built it? Who was there first? Let's go look it up. Come on, AI. Look out. Give me some basic knowledge. Roll the coin. The Minian civilization. The Minian civilization built ancient, sophisticated minions. Ancient Santorini. Didn't I teach y'all the minions about corn and copper to Greece? Now, let's go back to the receipt. The code is broke and I'm on their ass. They might as well get ready. Now, why is that same tobacco beetle? The Dorians are after the Cretans. The Dorian Greeks are after the Cretans. Don't put that in my chat, bro. Come on now. Everybody want to, oh, it was the Greeks. Huh? Who was there before the Greeks? Who put the city there that the Greeks live in today? The Cretans. Melanated Indians from America. Yes. Fuck the Dorian and the Greeks. Fuck the Platonic soldiers. Fuck all of them. None of them built it. The Cretan built the palaces in Greece. Simple. We ain't gonna confuse our people. I'm not trying to argue with nobody. Let's just keep it straight to the facts. Fuck the people after. Who is the originator? We always talking about somebody who done something after. Who is the originator? Ain't no more Michael Jordans, nigga. You gonna make a pair of Jordans and see can you sell them? No, you can't. Because you're not the originator. They're not original. We don't want no knockoffs. We want real shit. We want real Louis Vuitton. We don't want the guy. Stop talking about knockoff knowledge, bro. We want original knowledge. The Cretan is the first civilization in Europe. Simple. They named it Europa. The Phoenician named North Africa Tanit, which is Afri. Your people named everything over there. You just don't know no better. Let's keep going. Why the fuck is the tobacco beetle in Greece in 1450 BC? While we know tobacco supposedly came to Europe in the 1600s. I'm going to tell you why. Because the Cretan and the Phoenician are speaking Hebrew. They are coming on boats with tobacco, corn, copper, gold, leaving the Great Lakes of America. That's why tobacco in Greece. See, I ain't gonna just tear Egypt down. I'm gonna tear Europe down. I'm gonna tear all this shit down. I ain't trying to prove we the first niggas on the Nile. Everybody know that. I'm gonna show you we the first niggas in Greece, the first niggas in Europe, the mound builders, the Tartarian. I'm gonna show you all of that with receipts. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at the bug again. The tobacco cigarette beetle is in Greece. Don't poll in BC times. Let's go look at what kind of buildings over there before I move on. Because I want to show you how great our ancient American culture was. Roll the coin. Santorini is the most beautiful, one of the most beautiful places in the world. It wouldn't be beautiful if we didn't build it. Ancient buildings. Let me go show you what the type of shit you built. Let me show you. Roll the coin. Put the smoke in the chat. Put the smoke in the chat. Put the smoke in the chat. Now, they done tore Santorini up. Let me show you what they built. Let me show you. Whoa, truth. I thought that was Greek. There's some Romans and Greeks. Look at all that stone work. Look at that. Toe down cities. Roman baths. Ain't no Roman bath. Roll the coin. Look at that. Santorini. Cyclades. You see that? Look at Athens. We built all that shit. There's Hebrew buildings with columns. Corinthian columns. Corn columns. You starting to get it now? Let's blow this up so won't nobody be thinking I'm just... They'll blow that up. Santorini. Look at the columns. Look at the brickwork. They still trying to rebuild the motherfucker right now. Look. Look at the scaffolds upside our shit that we built over there. Look at the scaffolds. Look at the damn scaffold. Instead of trying to add garbage ass stone to the original, acting like Romans and Greeks. That's a Greek. That's a Moorish build. Ain't none of that. Now you start to use your common sense, right? Look at Nashville, Tennessee. Now you starting to use your common sense. Nashville, Pantheon. Wasn't no wars over here to tear it up. People. It's tore up over there because the agriculture was there. But over here, that motherfucker still look good. It still look good in Nashville, Tennessee. See, that's over your head. Tunisia, roll the corn, the god of the Phoenicians. That's what Tennessee is named after. You want to know who the damn Tartarian is? I love the Bullet Slayer, but Bullet Slayer, I know who built them buildings. Oh my days. Roll the coin. I know who built it. Tell Bullet Slayer to holler it. We know the truth now. And so I can show him who built that shit. All my motherfucking days. Now, sorry for cussing. But listen. We got ancient tobacco in Greece. Ancient tobacco in the tomb of pharaohs. Where does the bloodline come from? Tobacco from America. Y'all can stop it. The Beetle and all love from here. Let's keep going. There go the Beetle. Lacioderma. Domesticated tobacco. These beetles is believed to be of the New World origin. Where the fuck is the New World? Why is that beetle believed to be of the New World is America? Y'all but thought I was out of receipts. I got a full clip of receipts. I ain't gonna never stop shooting. Don't run up on We Know the Truth now with no six shooter, no 30 round clip. That ain't gonna get it. Unlimited shots. The Beetle from America. Nicotine in the wrapping of which is also appeared in images of tobacco beetles. Interesting. Resins of embalmment. Let me get out your way. The relevant material cannot be present to carbon dated because the sample in Paris has disappeared. They don't want you to know them Americans over there in them goddamn tombs, y'all getting rid of the samples over there in Paris, you hunter-gatherers. Nicotine, ancient and medieval Egyptian mummies. Roll the coin. We know the truth now. The tobacco beetle in Egyptian mummies. It don't supposed to be there. Let's keep going. Residues of nicotine and cocaine and tobacco beetles in the tombs. You tried to debunk the nicotine. You tried to debunk the cocaine. You can't debunk them damn American tobacco beetles. Pharaohs, Ramses II, Tutankhamun. Can't debunk it. Cigarette beetles from North Carolina. Roll the coin. This where the motherfuckers come from, right here. Them damn cigarette beetles found throughout the world and in the United States. Imported pest tobacco where eggs are laid. U.S. 3 generations occurred. Hold on. This is what they coming from America. Wrapped up in the tobacco. Cairo, Carolina, Karo. Ain't no C's. I ain't gang banging, but ain't no C's. It's all K's. It's all K's, people. Take the C out your vocabulary and start putting that K in there. When you put that K in there, this is what you get. See, when you flip the C to the K, you get Cairo. Hebrew name. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Carolina. See, you gotta start flipping the letters, man. Fuck all that. Flip the letters. Flip that C to a K. Flip Canaan to Kanai. That's what you do. Flip it. Flip it. Remix it. You gotta start remixing this shit. Canaan is Hebrew. Canaan is English. You got to start flipping the languages like they flipped it on you. Canaan is Hebrew. This is what the Creek Indians was saying. This is what the Creek Indian was saying when the hunter-gatherer came. Then, that's Hebrew. Then you get Canaan over there. Is it English truth? Yes. It's not the old language. It's a remake of the real one. Remix the K to the C. That's what you got to do. Then the truth come out. Roll the corn. Roll the corn. Casey Making, you in the chat? Let me show y'all some more stuff. Now, I put out a video before I get started. Casey, you in the chat? Put the corn in the chat and Casey in the chat. I put out a video talking about, did y'all see my video when I'm talking about they found a tunnel under the Mississippi River where Cahokia was, right? If anybody saw that video, put a 2 in the chat. Put a 2 in the chat if y'all saw that video. When I said they found a tunnel under the Mississippi River running from the Cahokia side to the other side going to the mounds. Y'all seen that good video? That's why I love you, I'm in love with you. Y'all right with me. Now, let's go look at the maps that the hunter-gatherers made of that area after they found the tunnel. I got these real receipts. See, the other shit is preschool, elementary. These are Ivy League receipts. Take that 4th grade ass shit back to where it was from. Whoa. Let's go to the Mississippi River. Now, let me show y'all this first. Let me show y'all this first. Hold on. Let's go here first. Damn, what that other one at? I know I ain't leave it out. I got to go back and get that. Hold on. Right here. Right here. Mississippi River. There go Cahokia. Look at these ancient tombs they don't tell us nothing about. Up the street from Cahokia. What Indian ancient, who was in there? Who the fuck was in there? What is this? Who found? We don't know nothing about it. We know about Cahokia, but what is up the street from Cahokia? With these ancient Indian tombs. See, we got to go research this shit. We got to get out there on the land and go see what's out there. It's there. It's there. They mounds, but they don't talk about up the street from Cahokia. They talk about right there where the main mound is. Right here. Right? Now, y'all saw the video going under the Mississippi River. Let's go look close. What the hell is that right there? You see how they connect right there under the river? Do you see that? Let me screenshot that and blow this up. I gotta blow this up. This wild. Do you see that line running from Cahokia, right here, up the stream, under the water, go right here under the Mississippi River, come out on this side and go all the way to fucking St. Louis. Oh my God. This is what they found under the bridge is right there, people. This is what they found under that river. Why is it a path through the river? You see that? Let me get out the way. And when I find the old newspaper clippings, I see a path. They talk about they hit something down here in the river where the bridge was getting built, and it went underwater, and they had Egyptian faces on the wall. Under the river. Do you see this? Okay, let's go back. Cahokia. Here go underground. You go here, right here off the stream, right here. You see it? Then it come out on the other side, run down all the way down here to fucking St. Louis. You hunter-gatherers. Now, if I would have found that damn newspaper clipping, I would have never noticed it. What's down there? Man, listen, bro. We fucked up. These people done some shit to the ancient culture and will not tell us. But look at this right here, though. Look at this. Look at all this stuff running from the river all the way up there, all the way to cities. Citron. I know that ain't called no citron. Is that citron right there? Am I tripping? Citron. If that's citron, put yes or no in the chat. What they say right there? Yes or no? That's citron, right? Is that citron? Citron Lillet. Citron. See, when you know real history, what fruit did the Hebrews take to the Middle East? What fruit did the Hebrews take to the Middle East? Boy, this that real shit, right? This that gangster shit right here. This that gangster shit right here. Whoa, man. Citron is called etrog. Quran. No, it's an I right there, bro. I see Citron. Is it Karen? Caron? What is it? Is it Car? Okay. Let's go check on that. See, we gotta look at all of that. Karen Lillet. Let's go find the meaning of that. A neighborhood in St. Louis named for the Spanish Governor Barron. Okay. Little Bell. Vade Poca, before being named, it was called Vade Pochi. Vade Pochi, before being named Karen Delit. Okay, I found it. Karen Delit. Y'all right. Karen Delit. That's the Spanish dude name who named it. Okay. It was called Vade Poche. See, we gotta investigate this stuff. I'm just trying to investigate whatever I can, I see, right? This the real name. Vade Poche. Karen Delit is the Spanish dude name they named it after in 1794. But the real name was Vade Poche. Now that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Hold on. Oh, computer died. Hold on. We need that. Hold on. Whoa, hold the fuck on. You just ain't gonna stop like that right in the middle of that download. You ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do My boy said, come on, son. Hey, what my boy name is? Mingalis. I be studying so hard on the computer, bro. I run it down, right? It's cool. It's cool. We got electricity. Your ancestors made electricity. We back. Hold on.
Bullet.
We back already. Watch this. Karen Vadi Poche. Okay. Let's go look at that.
Bullet.
Come on. Vadi Poche. Let's go check and see. Let's see what that is. Vadu, a Hebrew term for a final confession. So Vadi is Vidui, which is a Hebrew term for final confession, traditionally recited by or behalf of a person as death approaches, or as a part of, it is related to the confession of acknowledging something. Okay. Hold on. Hebrew dictionary. The instruction Vadi might be translated simply as the single letter, an abbreviation of the Hebrew word meaning Ra, Ra'ah, meaning see. I want y'all to look at this. Hold on. I want y'all to look at this. Right here. Vadi. Hebrew dictionary. Vadi. Ra'ah, meaning see. Right? A single letter abbreviation of Hebrew. So Ra'ah is Vadi. So let's go back and look. Let's go back to the receipt. Hold on. No, that's not it. Hold on. It was right here. I kept it on the screen. So it's Vadi Poche, right? So Vadi is Hebrew. Now Poche, let's go check that out. Because see, they're changing these words into Spanish words. Posh. Let's go see. Something elegant, fashionable, expensive. Poche, upper class, luxurious. Okay, hold on. Roll the coin. We're going to figure this out. Posh. Because it's base words to these words now. That's what you got to figure out. Let's go down. Poche. Pod overflow. They showing me about some whole other shit. Hold on. I'm going to do some more research on this. I'm just trying to see what I can find real quick, right? The similar sounding name is Poche. And the word Poche, Hebrew origins. Risky, dangerous, derived from the root word posh, to fall. Vadi Poche. Hebrew noun meaning crime is Pasha. Biblical context. It described as the betrayal of a relationship or a breach of an agreement. Interesting. The car Porsche is named after that term. See that? Porsche. Porsche is the place that fell, betrayal happened there of a relationship or a breach or agreement. Okay. So, Karen Lillette was once Vadi Poche, a place where a betrayal happened. That's crazy. I ain't through researching it. I'm just trying to get some type of understanding, and then I go back and research it again. That's deep. That's deep. Let me see something. And I saw something of that nature in Louisiana too, right? Poche in Louisiana. Look up the Louisiana Purchase. I think it got something to. I just saw something about Louisiana about this. History and background. Okay. Now it says something about the breaking of agreements, like the breaking of treaties, like they lied and done something else to the people. That's what I'm getting out of this. But we'll go back to that though. That's crazy. But that's what I wanted y'all to see, bro. This land coming across the Mississippi River from Cahokia, just like I looked up in the newspaper, connecting to the other side. Now, I know the word is French, but I'm talking about the original name is Vade Poche. We ain't talking about that word no more. We're talking about the original word. And posh is elegant. So some type of elegant city and a betrayal happened there. Something like that. It's called the empty pocket. Vade Poche is the empty pocket before being renamed Karen Delit. Empty pocket. Hold on. Vade Poche history. Let's go find something. Need some history on that. What happened now? This stuff crazy. Hold on. Decorative catch. It's a name, also the name of several places in North America, particularly those that the French colonial history. The name was often used as a nickname with the history that has been subject to different interpretations over time. French settlement now. It's one in Michigan too. Interesting. We're gonna come back to that. We're gonna come back to that. Now, I showed y'all this yesterday, right? The Lenape was called the Manna Lapon, right? Manna Lapon. The white corn. Manna Lapon, white corn. So, manna in the that fed the Israelites described a small, thin, round, white substance, sometimes compared to coriander seeds, right? Manna fed the Israelites. The name of the Indians, the ancient name of the Lenape was the Manna Lapon, the white corn. Manna is hooking right up to these Hebrew biblical terms with white corn. They talking about the substance is white. Manna Lapon is white. Lapon means white, right? I want y'all to remember that. Lapon, white. Lapon, white. See that? White corn, manna. Manna. Now, this stuff's so crazy that our tribes were named things that are in the Bible as some type of white substance that fed people. White corn. What that's what it was, right? It make perfect sense. It make perfect sense. Manna lapun, white corn. Manna in the Bible, a white substance that fed the Israelites. He said, so God gave us cornbread. Trucking and trading. This is what you got to understand. This is how it works, right? See, you're looking at it all wrong. This is how you got to look at it, brother. If a people who are virtuous brings a crop that feeds your child, they are way more sophisticated. They got a whole nother language. They building buildings. They are calling these people gods, prophets. See, we look at it in a biblical way. You have to look at it in a nature's way, right? If I'm on this side of the world, I'm 7 feet tall, muscular, I can work stone, I know astrology, I'm well fed, I got feathers and gold and turquoise and agate and copper and silver, I got boats. I pull up somewhere where the people are starving, bro. I pull up on a boat to a person who is a caveman. All he see is big ass Deontay Wilder getting off a ship built like a tank with feathers and gold, beautiful women, big ass ships. They got food. They know astrology. They know how to build pyramids. They burying their people with gold and silver. They making buildings with columns. They call you a god. Dagon. They call you Dagon, Dogon. You a god that come off the water. What you think the Sumerians talking about? The fish god. The Sumerians telling you the knowledge came on the water. Dagon is Hebrew for corn. See, we looking at this thing too big. Bring it down. Bring it to the basics. The Bible, the religious teachings fucked us up. Now, we talking 6,000 BC, bro. Motherfuckers is starving. And somebody pull up with the big ass gold on a ship with 50 beautiful women. Looking like this. What is going on over here with you hunter-gatherers? Speaking a whole nother language. They hop off the boat, start building cities right in your face. Your bloodline ain't built nothing. You've been living in a cave outside in the wilderness all your life. These people that put up a damn coliseum. All stone. The desert then turned into cornfields and palm trees. Irrigating the rivers, growing goddamn lemons, oranges, pomegranates. You like, what the fuck is going on out here? These the American God, these the Lemurians, the Atlanteans. These the Hebrews. How they know all this shit and I don't know nothing? I'll be amazed. And I'm over here eating goddamn grains every day like a squirrel. Motherfucker eating a big ass orange. I'm like, bro, break me a piece of that goddamn orange. I ain't never seen one before. Give me a piece of that Kit Kat, nigga. These people got clothes on with colors, bro. Purple robes and red robes. They smoking tobacco and weed and motherfucking drinking wine. These niggas is some gods. Do you understand what the word coming out of my mouth? Yes, the gods brung corn. Now you get it. Oh, you looking at it biblical. I'm looking at it goddamn in the physical. So you trying to tell me the gods brung corn? Hell yeah. In the Ark of the Covenant, it said the grains of God fed the Israelites. Not Jesus. Their civilization is before you. That's way more sophisticated than you, bring you the grains of God. God translates back into nature. You get it now? Let me show you something. See, that's why you got to read that Bible too. Don't take that Bible out your studies. Don't you dare take that Bible out your studies. Don't let them people tell you, these damn white folks everybody tell you that Bible is all, yeah, it's fucked up. But boy, the truth in there, you just got to know what you're looking for. Right? It's just plagiarism. That's all. It's plagiarism. The Bible was written for agriculture, balance, and harmony in agriculture. Farming, agriculture. Then you take the farming and agriculture part and turn it into a God in the sky. Them his rules instead of agriculture rules. Then you get into it with the agriculture people and you smash them. Send them out your land, you exile them for believing in nature and they self. If you don't believe in these gods, you getting the fuck off my land. That's what they telling you in the Bible. Same thing they do to you today. Forget your grandmama. Praise Jesus, nigga. Don't worry about your grandmama. She ain't put no food on your plate. She ain't feed your little bald head baby ass when you was little. Jesus did it. Yeah, that's it. You go praise him. Don't think about your grandmama. Tell what they want you to how to believe. This is what they want you to believe. Forget about your people. Praise him. That ain't how it go. Once you do that, you disconnect yourself from everything. Now you're talking about God, Jesus then blessed me with a car. Who fed you to make your body strong enough to go to work to buy you a car? Your people. Jesus ain't never brought me no damn no breakfast. But you got to look at it the way the ancient culture looked at it. So now these pagan people are going against nature's people. And once they get them out the way, they tell you everything in nature is pagan and switch it right back around on you. That's a witch. That's the devil. That's how they get you. You don't even go research. You just said the devil and go on about your day. Now, manna. Manna is the gift from God. Watch this. Watch this. Yeah, it's the gift from God, huh? Manna. What is it, truth? Miraculous gift from God. Fed the Israelites for 40 years on a journey through the desert. Bread-like substance that's white. Okay. You get it on, what's my boy name? You get it now? This had to come from God, because we ain't never seen nothing like this before. That can feed a whole village, and you can store it up in the winter, and it grow fast and beautiful. Corn built Egypt. Corn built Samaria. We have Indian tribes named after the same manner that's in the Bible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They ain't gonna straight tell you what it is because it'll break the code. But you gotta know the words and the meanings, right? Once you know that, they can't lie to you no more. So now, what I want you to research is go read how the people perceive the Hebrew or the Phoenician or the Cretan in these old books. When you get to read these old books about the people who saw them pulling up, you're going to understand why they call them gods. These people got gold on their ships. They pulling up, you can see the gold ship way out there in the ocean coming. You ain't never seen no shit like this before in your life. Why you think they called the show American Gods? The things those people did became biblical. But it was Hebrew, it was agriculture based. It was just a way of living of those people. When other people see this virtuous teaching of Ma'at, balance in nature, they take it and make it something they can live their life after, right? Our people became spiritual in the crop field. Why did we become spiritual in the crop field? Because it's survival, people. It's live or die. If I'm trying to grow these crops and they don't come, my whole bloodline gonna starve. So now I get spiritual with the land, spiritual with the crops. I'm out there meditating with the crops. Because this is what's gonna save us and make us self-sufficient. And when the crop come in, that turns into some type of praise for the earth and the stars and the wind and the rain and everything. All nature-based, right? Metu neter, metu nature. You get it now? Because if the harvest don't come in, we finna die, bro. This life or death. This just like you robbing a bank and a police getting away. You ain't trying to go to jail. This life or death. It's the end of the road or you got to go hard, right? You got to look at it as survival tactics. The first people to do survival tactics with the planet. Everybody else don't know this knowledge. So we start studying the stars, right? The stars helped us calculate the crops, right? That's when you become enlightened. If you don't know how to go to the desert and roll the corn with the stars, your ass ain't enlightened. You learned it on your ancestral land, and you bring that knowledge to a land that don't have it. You a god. Your people know 26,000 years worth of astrology. Them people don't know one day of astrology. Yes, yeah. And what you grew out the ground became the gift that you gave them people. Jesus ain't dropped no corn out of the sky to feed nobody. So therefore, they're not talking about that. They're talking about nature's God. Nature as a God. That's when it get corrupted and turned into other things, right? So, all I'm trying to say is, it was basic. It was basics. It was basic. We started learning about spiritual things when we got into full in tune with nature, then we can start breaking down the spirituality of the chakras and all of that. See, you got to we learned it for what we need to learn it for first. Then we got more knowledgeable about the body, about electricity, about minerals in the earth, about power and ley lines. It's an evolution of knowledge, right? And once you get to that point, you just are a divine being at that point, right? You divine. That's what divine means. The divine mother is the first woman who put them seeds in the ground to feed her village or her tribe. That's the mother goddess. That's why the mother goddess is the head of the knowledge. She is the first being on the planet to nurture or nature a seed. They translated that into birth, and they translated that into nature's birth. That's why she is the first one in the land, right? That's why she first. That's why the mother goddess is so important to the knowledge. She always goes first because she's the first one to do it. In the old books, nurture comes from nature. The melanated woman is the first to nurture man and nature. Now, when that teaching leaves this land and goes to other places, over time, the other cultures did not like that, right? The natural order of nature is woman, man, right? Simple. Other cultures didn't like that. They wanted the man to be first. So now you move the mother goddess out the way. You put the man in the front seat. Then you're not in balance with nature no more. Now shit finna go wrong. Now you put all these man gods in front of the woman. And it's not Mahat no more. It's a religion. Right? You got Muhammad, the God of the Muslims. You got Jesus, the God. You got Krishna and all this these man gods. Right? It don't supposed to be like that. It supposed to be earth mother, then your ass. Anything other than that is not in balance with nature. And it ain't going to work the way you think you want it to work. The melanated woman is the closest thing to God. Because God is nature. That's what Ma'at was telling you. She's your connection back to the truth. Without her, you can't get back. Why do you think the government attacked melanated women, bro? Why do you think the government want to assist the melanated woman to get rid of your ass? Put that nigga on child support. He can't live here if we paying the rent or it's HUD or whatever. Get the man out of there. Break it up, bro. They do that on purpose. They know. Okay, let me explain it this way. The melanated man is the most powerful entity on the planet. Let me say this again. The melanated man is the most powerful physically and mentally man being on the planet. Only thing can break him down is the melanated woman. If you take her away from him, he is vulnerable. Yes, he makes bad decisions. He's not in touch with his feelings. He's just a straight beast. Now, we out here, no nurture. We ain't get no breath. Like, now, it's some Charleston White say that's some real shit. Charleston White say, oh, about love you, nigga. Ain't nobody fix you no breakfast in the morning. And I don't even like Charleston White, but he right, bro. He right. We need it. You think we don't need no nurture? Nurture is nature. That's in balance and harmony. Right? Nurture is nature. We need that from her. Same way we come back and bring it around and nurture her. But without her, we fucked up. We fucked up. So what we turn to? What we turn to after that? We turn to stone face, want to go make all the money. We just messing with all the women we can mess with. Hard, tough killers. No nurture. Just mess with all the women, try to make all the money. Ain't no love for nothing. We ain't trying to hear nothing no more. We become stone. And them people know that, bro. What does stone face take us to? Jail, 3 hots, or a pine box. Ain't no other way around it. 3 hots in a cot, or a pine box. Them the only choices we got. Now, I ain't saying this for everybody now. This ain't for everybody. But the majority of us are like that. Especially when your mama gone. Right? That's by design, bro. Let me tell y'all a true story. When I was working out in the field, I had a whole lot of money. Whole lot of money, bro. Whole lot of money. I still wasn't happy. You know why? Ain't no nurture. Ain't no nurture. I just got some big ass gold chains and big ass cars, but I ain't got no nurture. I can't do everything myself. I can't do that for myself. Right? You must understand the balance of life. All that money they tell the women and the men to go get and forget about that. Forget about a wife or a husband. Forget about it. Ain't gonna ease the pain. It's balance. You got all the money with no nurture. You ain't balanced. Now, if you put it like right here, you a bad motherfucker. Or you got all the nurture, and then you ain't finna get no nurture without nothing to do, without no, so it's just, you know what I'm saying. But either way it go, it's balance. That's why they say money is not everything. It's not. Nowhere near it. So all that materialistic stuff, you still be empty. Ain't nobody fix you no breakfast in the morning unless you got a maid. Roll the corn. So we got to balance this thing out you know, because that's what our ancestors taught us to balance it out. Balance it out. If you balance your life out, you will be happier. I'm gonna say it like that. I'm telling you the truth. Balance it out. Casey, you in the chat? Casey Macon, you in the chat? Roll the call. I'm gonna let Casey drop some receipts on y'all too. But I just wanted to show y'all that tobacco and the tobacco beetle was in Egypt. And that tobacco beetle is a beetle found in processed tobacco that is processed and shipped to other places, right? So that tobacco that King Tut and Ramses II had or was shipped, and those bugs from America was still in the tobacco, right? When they got it in Egypt. Because that bug is not, and that bug was in Greece. Like I told y'all, the Cretans are Hebrew-speaking people, bloodline from America. And they found that same tobacco and tobacco beetle in Santorini, Greece from BC times. So our people have been taking in knowledge across the world thousands of years ago. Not only that we are indigenous, original to this land, we built other lands. See, a lot of people just try to prove we from here. I'm so far past it, right? It ain't even my thing no more, right? I'm trying to show you who you was way before they even thought you was even here. See, it's a mass cover-up. It's not a cover-up of Africa. See, we just stopped. See, they want us to dumb down, bro, and just attack the Africa knowledge. It's not enough, right? Not only did we build here, we built they shit too in ancient times. But they want you to forget that, blocking you with the Africa knowledge, like you're not an American Indian. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Roll the coin. Y'all
Yes,
follow
you
Casey
are.
Macon. Follow Casey Macon.
Yes, you are. You definitely are.
You are.
What's up, everybody?
So the end result of what I'm trying to tell y'all before Casey gets started is our ancient culture is the prehistoric culture that came up with astrology, mound building, stonework, different crops, cotton, corn, pyramids, all this type of stuff. We dug it out the earth first. So when we took that knowledge to other places, we taught them how to mine. We mined their areas because we learned how to do it over here. And all of the things we were doing came with the Hebrew language that comes from agriculture. And that is the true history of our people. Daryl Harden, what's up?
Honest to my people. Hope y'all having a glorious day. I'm dealing with the snow up here, so we gonna stay on the biblical. We gonna stay on the biblical side of it. So I want y'all to know how important the agriculture and stuff is. Now, out in the Calico Mountains, in the Calico area out in California, they found ancient millstones out there, grinding tools and stuff like that date back there in their 80,000 years. But I just want to show y'all the importance of how this stuff is biblical. You see, thou shalt not take neither nor the upper millstone in pledge for his debts, for hath pledged his life. Us that. Now, The biblical reference to the millstone serves to illustrate both the importance of the grain grinding implements to mankind and the confusion that exists concerning the earliest of these tools. Note the alternative version. No man shall take a handstone or even a upper millstone in pledge for a debt, for that is to take life itself as a pledge. But the handstone was the upper millstone in the Near East in biblical times. Now, what they're saying is, you can't take someone's grindstone because that's taking their life itself. That's how they get their food. That's how they feed their people. So it's super important. Hold on, let me go to the. Let's see. Why are they saving? See, Deuteronomy 26:5, taking a millstone or even the upper one as a collateral for a debt because it presents a person's it prevents a person's livelihood. It's protected by poor by ensuring could still grind the grain needs, feed their families, preventing them from being deprived of their means of survival.
Now, I got a question, Casey, for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why all of these ancient millstones are built with all these ancient stones, right? They're the ones they say they are new, but they old millstones, right?
Yeah, they old.
All over America, everywhere.
Yeah. But see, I'm gonna show y'all some dates and stuff just for some of the. Let me see. I got a couple dates. I don't know why I keep doing this. This is just some dates and stuff from the burials out there where they find these millstones in the Calico area and stuff. See, they got the burial in Imperial Valley, tentatively dated at 20,000 years. It's being reported by the main day. Then they got a hold on, where's the other one at? Then they have the other one, the human bone found dated at least 80,000 years old. It's preserved at San Diego Museum of Man, has been referred to previously by Corso. The date is inferred by the recent dating of Lord, basically from the Lord terrain and stuff like that, where they radiocarbon shells and stuff.
That's fire.
So this is just something where they find it and stuff, and this is where they find the ancient millstone, and they making the biblical reference to it and stuff, how important it is, because back then, that just shows how our people was connected to the agriculture. We keep telling y'all that we wrote those passages and stuff like that. They don't know nothing about hunter-gatherer gonna take your meal. They gonna take whatever you get. They don't give a crap what you get. Well, they'll take your wife if they want to.
Now the millstones grind the corn down. Right?
Yeah.
And they make bread, right?
Yeah. See, yeah, that's what they started to. But these is ancient time where corn wasn't invented yet, but they were still grinding down the grain and the wheat and stuff that they was harvesting and stuff, because they were still agriculturists. They just wasn't, you know what I'm saying? They hadn't
came about at the time.
It had not 80,000 years ago, no.
Exactly.
But it just shows you just some of the dates of the bones that they got out here that they be lying and stuff.
That's fire.
But then if you go on, wait, hold on, let me see. This is talking about the entire Bible. Man shall take neither the upper millstone or pledge, the first word being dual numbers, taking both stones. If he taketh a man's life to pledge, or with his righteous Lord support in the life of the family, for it has corn to supply them with. If his meal or millstones are pawned, he cannot grind his corn. So him and his family must starve. So this is biblical. This is in Deuteronomy 24:6, where it's talking about the millstone and stuff like that. If anybody want to go continue reading,
they talk about pawning the millstone and everything, bro. This
man, yeah, you can't take it. You ain't even allowed to take. Yeah, you ain't even allowed to take ones for pawning and stuff like that, because that's taking a livelihood. Nobody want to eat this. Ain't nobody just going out there picking, just eating no goddamn wheat.
Now, what's deep about that is they talk about the millstones and people owing debt in corn in Samaria. That's what's deep about that. You get it. It's crazy.
Yeah, we go get into that. It's just like hold on. I want to talk about this too. We're going to talk about this too. What I showed you the other day, the West Indian Pekingese scholars and teachers before a schoolhouse in Jamaica. Now, they're talking about the West Indies. You got to remember, and at a time, all these was included in the West Indies. Virginia, North Carolina, East Florida, South Carolina, West Florida, Georgia, Louisiana, Gulf of Mexico, South America, and the Bay of Honduras, and a couple other parts. So when they're talking about West Indies people, this it. Hold on, oops, that's your ship thing. My fault, because we on that too. They talking about ain't no goddamn ship, so I can get on their top too. Hold on. The Pekingese. This is the definition of what they say in the Pekingese is the origins of the word Pekingese, which really is right here, Picanini. The origins of the word Pekingese and this alternative spell is Picanine and Pekingese are disputed, derived from the Portuguese from a small child. Pekini. It was also apparently used in the 17th century by slaves in the West Indies, affectionately referred to a child of any race. Piccaninny acquired a pejorative connotation by the 19th century as a term for black children in the United States, as well as Aboriginal children of the Americas, Australia, and New Zealand. Y'all see, they ain't saying nothing about no goddamn Africans, right? Go see what they look like. They ain't said nothing about no Africans. They ain't said nothing about they look like no Africans or none of that. Pekingese. Let's go see where Pekingese, we can find the Pekingese at. Hold on. You see that? Whites only. No Piccanini. These people diabolical.
That's fine.
They changed the words so you see no Piccanini. Now, if you break that word down, take the PIC and the KN and the NIN. The NIN means great grandchildren or descendants of great grandchildren. That's what it means, the nin in Hebrew. It means great grandchildren. Now they're telling you that the word Pickaninny itself means, god dang it, the children of the children and stuff like that. So it's giving you this direct connection between it and stuff like that. This is early on, see, whites only. They was calling out people. That's Pekingese Indians.
He said in Hebrew, nin means the descendant, offspring.
Yep.
Exactly. It got something to do with the letter noon, in Hebrew.
Yeah, see, this is the same time we want to keep our schools white. Y'all see them? Y'all see them out there? These suckers, boy, something else with it. Okay, where we at? Pickaninny. Let's see, where's that? See, Deuteronomy 26 prohibits taking a millstone, even the upper one, as a collateral for a debt because it represents a purpose livelihood. I forgot I had that one in there. So if y'all want to go check it out, so we ain't going. Okay, then I want to talk about, that's why
the word nanny is a Hebrew. It refers to a female caretaker. A female caretaker. That's why you call your great grandmama nanny, right? Grace in favor of a female caretaker. You got it.
Oh, my fault. Now here, y'all see, we be talking about the cuneiform all the time and stuff, what it really represents and stuff. So y'all know this is Chief. This is not to disrespect the guy, but this is Chief Joseph. He was carrying a cuneiform tablet around on him and stuff because he said it was from his ancestors and stuff. He didn't know what it meant and stuff. He was just carrying it around. He carrying it around because he think it's from his ancestors. So you see, he got it in his little bag. See, he got it in us. You see the symbol right there. And on his bag, that's our symbol right there. That's really the swastika. If y'all don't know what that symbol represents, the four corners. But he carrying it around his bag because he think it's a holy tablet from his ancestors. He don't even know what it mean. But we're going to go see what it mean. Nalu received one lamb from Abishaga on the 11th day of the month of the festival of An in year of in Mahagashantana, I don't know that, y'all. Just don't bear with me. Was instantly as a high priestesses of Nana. He don't even know he just carrying the tablet, cuneiform tablet around about somebody's debt. We tell y'all that them cuneiform tablets over there ain't nothing but debt tablets and stuff. So how dude got the whole Anunnaki story up and goddamn corn and wheat and barley debts and lamb and ox debts, I don't know. How he created a whole story off of that, I have no idea. But it's just little tidbits. Now I've been studying these people too right here. Okay, now I'm gonna show y'all the definition of American Indian. Okay, where we at? Where are we at?
Yep, exactly. Ox debt. Ox or agriculture debt. Oxes is the first thing you need to grow to plow the field. So oxes were very important back in them days. That's why the first letter in the Hebrew alphabet is the Aleph, which is the ox head.
Now, American Indian, a member of any native people of the Western Hemisphere except those of the Diskinji, Eskimo, or Inuits. And American Indian, North American, especially the U.S., except often those distinguished as Eskimos or Inuits. Let's see what these freaking Inuits look like. Where you Inuits at? Got y'all in here somewhere. Don't be hiding from me. So American Indian is anything except for these people right here. Joe Yaya, where you at? These really your people, man. I don't know why the frick you just don't accept them. These your people right here. The Inuits. Acting like he don't know who the freak his people is. Okay, let's see.
Inuits live in the Arctic regions of North America, Greenland, and Siberia.
American Indian, a member of any of the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere, except often certain people such as the Yupik and the Inuit who live in Arctic regions. Yupik, let's go see what the Yupik look like. Where are you Yupiks at? I got y'all in here somewhere. There go your people, Yaya. There go your real people. So look, they ain't even got no feathers and stuff. These your real people. I don't know why y'all just don't embrace them. And y'all be talking about us. These y'all real people. These your real people. Look just like your Yaya. When he got his ponytail how? When he can afford to get it braided. He might get a little cut in him. He might have a little cut in him. But look at it. Look at his little feathers. Try to look at the you see the he know a little something. I ain't gonna talk bad about it because he know a little something. He got talk a little something. He got the horns with feather on. Look like he got the Draco right there on his face. But these are Inuit people. I want y'all to know these ain't American Indians. We go see what they say the American Indians look like. Go see what they said the American Indians like. Copper colored and order. We consider, therefore, that the color of the American Indians in general is a brown, differing in intensity with various tribes according to various localities, but that is almost impossible to say that what that brown color principally resembles. The cinnamon is our apprehension. The nearest approach to it, though, still too inaccurate for. Why is it inaccurate? We glistening on y'all butts. Let me see where we at. Comparison. Under these circumstances, it seems most correct simply to use the general term brown men will thus constitute a intermediate class between white and Negro races. They ain't white, they ain't Negro, they goddamn brown cinnamon. We're gonna go on. I got a few more passages from there. Nope, wrong one. I don't know why my phone just flipping through stuff now. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. My fault, y'all. Okay. Let's see if I can read this. Okay. What the heck? That's not me, y'all. That's my phone going cuckoo for Cocoa Bus for some reason. This is a California, you know what I'm saying? They talking about California in this. Turcomati says that the Californians, no manner of surprise of the sight of some company Moschino on the voyage to the coast. As I have never seen Turcomati's murder, I am only quite from blah, blah, blah. The natives seemed greatly pleased on sight of the Negro and signified to him that they want friendship and corresponding with people of his thing, and that not far from thence was a Negro village. You see, they talking about they Negroes on the site of the Negro village, but they ain't Negroes. This is just what they see in their head because they ain't never seen the people. Torquemada undertakes to explain this remarkable circumstances by supposing that Negroes had been left here from ship from the Philippine Islands, but as he disposed at the time when such an event had occurred. So he trying to make connections and stuff. Why these black Indians here? We was already here, dude. Just go ahead and say it. He had previously ignorant that we disposed to think suspicious clause that it was found on extending our research that the Negro character of the Indians on the coast has been considerably remarked by various navigators. So they tell you many people have told you what the people look like, what we look like. I did a lecture on the California Indians, boy, and showed y'all 50 different accounts and 50 different tribes, all the goddamn Indians there. They all melanated. But, okay. What else I got here, y'all? Hold on. What the freak is it? What is this? Hold on. Shout out to my guy for the, God dang, they ain't even letting me read it. These suckers playing tricks on me. Hold on, y'all. We're going to get to it. I don't know why I keep making me do this. This is Carolina Ethiopian Vasquez. I got this from my guy. It's talking about the Indians. Not far from these people, we find others on the, hold on. They go completely naked except around their loins. They wear skins and small animals like martens with narrow bed of grass around the body, to which they tie various tails or other animals which hang down to the knees. The rest of the body is bare, and so is the head. Some of them wear garlands of bird feathers. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians, with thick black hair, not very long, tied back behind their head like a small tail. As for the physique of the men, they are well proportioned, of medium height, a little taller than we are. They have broad chests, strong arms, and legs and other parts of the body are well composed. There is nothing else except that they tend to rather broad in their face, but not all, for we saw many with angular faces. They have big black eyes and an attractive and open look. They are not very strong, but they have sharp, cunning, and agile and swift runners. From what we could tell from observation in the last two respects, they resemble the Orientals, particularly those from the far west Sumerian regions. We could not learn the details of life and customs of the people because of the short time we spent on land due to the fact that they were few men and the ship was anchored on high seas. So y'all can see these is they describing the people when they first landed in these areas all through North American stuff. You see what it said? Dark brown, wearing feathers, black, thick hair, many different faces, talking about they looking like Asians. Let's go on. I got a few more patches just from that. Where's that at? Okay. Then they get talking about, and the trees have so many colors and so beautiful. It's delightful. And do not think, Your Majesty, that these forests are like home or the forests of the wild wonderlands of Scythia in northern centuries, full of common, condoned with palms, laurel, cypress, and others, varieties of trees unknown in our Europe. And these trees emit a sweet fragrance over a large area. Well, he out here amazed. You see all them goddamn palm trees, they smelling good. He ain't never seen it. They say they ain't got nothing like they got over in Europe. Blowing from the land, the nature of which we could not examine from the reasons stated above, not because we found it difficult to get through the forest. Indeed, they are nowhere to dense as to the impenetrable. We think that belong to the Oriental by virtue of the surroundings, and that they are not without some kind of narcotic or aromatic liquor. There are riches like gold, which ground of such of color usually denotes. There is an abundance of animals, stags, deer, hares, and also of lakes and pools of running water with various types of bird, perfect for all the delights and pleasures of the hunt. The land lies at 33 degrees, the temperature in Damascus. The air is something and pure and free from the extremes of heat and cold. Gentle winds blow in these regions, and the prevails words in summertime, which begin when there is regions in northwest and westerly, and the sky is clear and cloudless, and infrequent rain, and occasionally the south winds bring clouds of murkiness. They are dispelled in an instant, and the sky is once more clear and bright. The sea is calm and unruffled, the waves gentle. Just a few patches and stuff. Y'all want to go check this book out? It's called Carolina Ethiopian. Hold on, I got it right here. Veracruz. I got it from. I can't remember his name. Who I got it from? But this is. I think it was my book at. Carolina Ethiopian. Verrazano. That's his name. Verrazano. So look up Carolina Ethiopian Verrazano. It's going to take you straight to the patches. Now you say they talking about after they came up there, we sent one of our young sailors swimming ashore to take the people some trinkets, such as little bells, mirrors, and other trifles. And when he came within 4 fathoms of this, he threw them in goods and turned to the back. But he was so tossed about by the waves that he was carried up onto the beach half dead. Seeing this, the native people immediately ran up. They took him by the head, legs, and arms and carried him some distance away. Whereas the youth, realizing he was being carried away like this, he was seized with terror and began to utter loud cries. They announced him in their language to show him he should not be afraid. Then they placed him on the ground in the sun and the foot of a small hill and made gestures of great admiration, looking at the whiteness of his flesh and examining him from head to foot. They took off his shirt and shoes, and those leaving him naked, then made a huge fire next to him, placing him near the heat. When the sailors in the boat saw this, they were filled with terror. As always, when something new occurs, they thought the people wanted to roast him for food. These people, boy, because that's what y'all would do. That's why they talk. That's why they talking this junk, because that's what they would do. Anytime you think something in your head, because you know that's what your goddamn people would do. Hold on, we're gonna go on because they got some more accounts and stuff up here. Other people. Okay, 1, 2, right there. This is New York and stuff when they pulled up on this. Hold on, you talk about say. We continued to follow the coast northeast. We baptized Arcadia and encountered the beauty of the trees. In Arcadia, we found a man who came to the shore to see who we were. He stood suspiciously ready for flight. He watched as, but could not come near. He was handsome, naked, with olive-colored skin, his hair fastened back in a knot. There were about XX of us ashore, and as we coaxed him, he approached to within about 2 fathoms of us and showed us a burning stick as to offer us fire, and we made fire with the powder and the flint. Just a few experts of it. Y'all want to go check it out? You know what I'm saying? Go look up Ethiopian, Carolina Ethiopians and stuff like that. Y'all still with me? Ain't nobody said that in a minute. I can't see no comments or nothing. I don't know what the freak I did. Truth, you still with me?
I'm here, bro. I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, because shoot, I can't see no comments or nothing. I don't know what the hell. But go check out these people too, because I already showed you these people too right here, Truth. And I learned about the Moshe culture. I was just reading something on them and just watching something on them, and that's how. Where the freak is the Moshe at? Okay. This the Moshe. The Moshe is these people right here over in Peru. Now, what you got to understand that the area that they was over there living, that's how we can break down the agriculture and stuff. We already know that the Delta in the Mississippi took down there 37,000 years to create the Black Belt. The agriculture in the land is older than anywhere else. So when I go to Peru and stuff like that, and they tell me that they had it was the desert before the Moshe got there. It was desert before they got there, irrigated the sucker, and brought the agriculture there. That soil's not old enough. The agriculture is not old enough. But that's a big old, you see how them hands stretch all the way down. It's a whole structure right here over there. That's the people holding hands. Remember the receipt you showed with the people holding hands?
Yep, they're holding hands. Yep.
Yeah, that's them right there. This sucker stretches all the way around the structure.
It's a pyramid also.
Yeah, it's a pyramid. This one right here. Let me see if I get it. Oh, excuse me. I guess I'm in here. Are they structures? Where is the Moshe at? Where y'all at? Okay. That's one of them. Right there. But there was a bigger structure and stuff right there. Them all tunnels and stuff going into that sucker. But they tell me that the people, it was all desert and stuff there before the people got there. Before the Moshe got there, they said it was all desert and stuff there, so they had to irrigate it and stuff. They said you had to be sophisticated, just like the other people I've been researching, the Morari people that's over there in the Amazon, that started in the Amazon. You had to be super superior agriculture to even think about putting anything in the ground in near the rainforest, because the trees and the stuff and the roots and the stuff grow back so quick. You have to do the flash burning agriculture. But here go to Moshe. There they go right here. Dang it. The frequent. I was supposed to go to that. You know what he looked like. They saying this is the same person. As a youngster and an adult, the same chief, because of the lip. He got a mark on his upper lip right there that you can see from him being a youngster all the way to an adult. This is him young, and this is him grown. See, they can tell by that mark right there on his lip. It's on the same sculpture. He don't look like no goddamn native to me. He definitely don't look like no goddamn native to me. This is a Moche culture. Y'all want to go check them out. They had this is they got IOPEC. This is what I was asking you about the other day, IOPEC. But you see the four corners, still the same thing. We know what it is. But they didn't turn this into a whole character. Marvel and turn him into a whole character. That's him in the Marvel character. I guess he in Spider-Man or something, they saying. They ain't brought him out. But that's where he come from. They just be stealing. And if y'all want to check these people out, where they at? These people right here, the Maraora culture was one of the outstanding non-literal complex societies of the world during reign from about AD 400 to 1300. The society had great achievements in the early construction and ceremonial art. It was responsible for the erection of hundreds of monumental earthen mounds that served as platforms for numerous large and small settlements in cemeteries. The society developed an intensely subsistential system that maintained large populations. Let's see. For numerous large and small settlements for centuries, the society developed an intuitive irrigation system that maintained large populations for almost 1,000 years. This is the Maraora people. They was mound builders. These are the people that was in the Amazon first. This spot right here. All these right here is mounds. Mound sites. They irrigated all these channels. You see right here, they irrigated every last one of these goddamn channels. Because the land right here is not sustainable for agriculture. You have to do the flash growing. You got to really know what you're doing. Let me see. I got something else on there. Yeah, that's where they was. That's where they was. This area right here. You see all this is their area. They irrigated all these rivers. It tell you the history of them. This is some of their stuff. This is some of their stuff, true. See the X? Look. What that look like right there, y'all? What that look like?
Look like to knit.
Exactly.
The pyramid at the bottom.
Huh?
That's for sure Hebrew because the one on the right with the arms up, straight up Hebrew.
Don't that mean hey?
Yep.
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 Yeah, that made me hey. So when y'all see it down there in Peru, that big old thing down there with the arms up, they talking about the alien. No, that's Hebrew. Y'all see the X all in here?
Yep, that's it.
They talking about hold on.
Some of that grew into being a Phoenician symbol. Exactly.
He said other sites 10,000 years ago, the Carias Nine province, the first Amazonians were living off seeds, nuts, riverine shepherds, and small game, producing myriad artifacts with raw materials that at the time originated from far away. Y'all see that? They using materials from far away because they migrating here.
Yeah.
Such as chalcedony, quartz, silex, and sandstone. Sites were occupied while returning populations for short periods of time. The unspecialized expedient and abundant lithic industry would survive until 8,000 years BP, When ceramics came into the picture, it is unlikely that little lithic artifacts were particularly replaced by wood and bone industry, which decayed over time from humidity and y'all know what it is. So common sense to tell you, when y'all get to talking about the Mayans and all these other people that's older than us, y'all, you got to understand the chronological and the timeline, what's going on. You can't have something that you're getting from somewhere else and they bringing it there and there's very little of it. Well, they cherishing that stuff that they getting. Let me see. I got on to net. Where to net it? These some of the artifacts. Y'all see what that is? Huh?
This bit, which is Hebrew.
All around the goddamn artifacts, the pottery. They say they got some of the most gorgeous pottery ever.
It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Same thing. They got a lot of this stuff in the British Museum. British Museum be getting a lot of stuff. They be getting their hands on a lot of stuff. Show you some of the artifacts.
It's South America, for sure.
Huh? Yeah, South America go crazy. Then we got my guy. Look, he got Hebrew on his goddamn elbow. He got it on the shin. You see the X right there? That's making right there. They trying to hide it.
Right on this chick, just like the old man.
Mm-hmm. Look at the eye. You see the all-seeing eye right there? Y'all see the all-seeing eye right here on this eye coming down?
Yep.
They try to hide it, but you can see it because it's fake eyebrows right there, there and there. But shoot, once you look at the pottery and stuff, yeah, it's easy to. And they had these too. What's these called? God dang it! They don't want me to show the tongas. They had these too for different size big coach girls. These two, they call them tongas. The tongas, where they wore around their private parts and stuff, the women.
Yep.
That's why they say they got different sizes, because we got different sizes of women over here. Some of y'all need that. Some of y'all need that extra, trying to hide that camel.
Jerusalem.
It's one of the what's names. Depiction of they ain't fighting, they sparring with each other. Blow it up. I got a picture of it blowed up. Hey, maybe I didn't shrink it down there, but that's what it rolled up. They sparring with each other. Mm-hmm. Okay. I know I ain't finna read all that small stuff. Stuff's gonna kill my eyes. I'll show you some. But that's all I get. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long.
Y'all follow Casey Macon. Follow Casey Macon.
But we I got beef too. I'm looking for them. I'm looking for the same suckers you looking at because I'm getting tired of them. Joe Yaya, Native Cholo, who else? I done tagged them all. Dean Gullah Maroon. I'm so sick of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. I don't really get on to it until they tag me and they post.
Yeah, exactly.
Now they don't
Until
want to
you get
talk
to
to me.
saying something,
Now they don't want to talk.
they don't never want to talk. They told me to go live the other day. I went live 1 minute after that, and not now one of them showed up. Talking about they want to go receipt for receipt. I'm just gonna show y'all one receipt. That these bones and stuff that they find over here ain't y'all.
Exactly.
Debunk that, then we'll talk. But a lot of them don't even know no information. A lot of them don't know nothing. It's like, can we find one intellectual native that actually know some kind of history?
Yeah, they don't even know the real history.
They don't know they always talk about the colonizers. They don't even know who they pulled up on. They don't know who they talked to first. They don't know what went on. They just want to call you a sub-Saharan African. Joe Yaya said he been debunking you for a minute though.
Oh man. Man. Any questions, put it in the comments, y'all. Any questions, throw it in the comments. Yeah, he be stealing. He be stealing. We know he be stealing.
We know he be stealing.
I let him
That's why I
find
stopped talking about the
it.
mounds and stuff.
It's all good. I let him steal.
You ask any day that what the mounds represent. You put it in front of their face. They still ain't gonna know what it represent. I've been trying to get them to tell me what the Lakota star map represent for a minute. They still don't know. Oh, it's sacred. I can't tell you that. It's
Everything is so
sacred, huh?
sacred that they steal it, huh?
Yeah.
Everything is sacred.
Everything. It's sacred because it's running around in uniform. They don't know what it means.
Exactly.
Should make them pay all them debts that's on them uniforms they walking around with. You walking around with the debt sheet, you should be paid. I need that lamb. Chief Joseph. I need that lamb, Chief Joseph.
Exactly. They don't even understand what they be looking. They be having. They just be finding it because they inhabit the places, inhabit the old places, and pull up the artifacts.
Yeah. But it could have got passed down to him. One of his people probably could have gave it to him, didn't know what it was. Here, take this. This is very sacred. It's from the ancestors.
Anybody got any questions? Hop in the chat. I'm gonna take a couple of questions. I got a couple of people in there. Let me see. Callaway, you got a question? Comment?
So my God. I don't know.
Yo.
Yeah, I just had a quick question for Casey. We were talking about this yesterday, just a little bit. Where can I find that technology that was used to create man-made islands in North America, like prior to Lake Titicaca?
Like the floating cities and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I have truth. You know anything about the floating cities and stuff? How they made like they use them trees and stuff like that, and they harden them up just like they created Sicily over there in Italy the same way.
Don't
But I
float.
don't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Truth.
Like you talking about like you saying Lake Titicaca was man made?
Yeah.
floating gardens, they kind of like agricultural systems. That sits on the top of the body of water, but I don't think Lake Titicaca was man made. I think Lake
It
Titicaca was
is.
kind of.
Pull it up. I ain't, just talk just to be talking. It's man made. Chill like Tino Tickland is man
It
made.
might be. It
Yeah.
might be. I'm not saying it ain't. But it's on top of the city, so something went wrong right there. I don't know if they just flooded it all out after they found it, or but the way it is today, it's hard to tell what kind of because it flooded the whole city out, and somebody came back and turned the water channels over there and flooded the whole city out.
Mm. I was just
Yeah, but I
going
think
over
it's
there.
I'm with him. I think it's man made because when you study Italy and Sicily over there, that's man made. That whatever kind of tree that they use when it hit water, it hardens like concrete, it becomes indestructible. Go research Italy and Sicily islands and stuff like that, and see. Because they talk about it over there. They don't really talk about it too much over here, but they talk about it over there because they don't think you're gonna make the connection. So that's why you got to go look over there first and see how they was made over here. Then you come back over here and you start going through the quote unquote the ones that they say are man made. We know that a lot of the lakes and stuff was man made lakes and stuff. And I definitely believe some of the islands and stuff was man made.
Yeah, a lot of those islands are man made, but
Mm.
some of this stuff came from like earthquakes and volcanoes going off, and our people just used the areas because they were the most nice area. Now Lake Titicaca is interesting because, like I say, it grew large, way larger than it once was, and it sunk the city, which they are calling the old Atlantis, right? They call Lake Titicaca old Atlantis under the lake.
I didn't know that. I just know the Euros made it, and that's kind of like that's their bloodline. That's what they do. They've been doing it for thousands of years. That's they
You know
If
they
you
thing.
look
got
up the old,
they got a
if you look at the old pictures of it, it's the whole island is shaped like a falcon when you look at the aerial view of it.
they got statues of Hathor and all that down there, like with stone steps, statues of the cow with the sun under Lake Titicaca. So some kind of where in history the Spanish flooded it or something went wrong right there because that's the sunken city they speak of when they speak of
Right.
Atlantis.
I'm with you, Truth. I think they flooded it because that's what they did
Proved
to
too much. They proved too much.
half of the one that's in the Moche in Peru and stuff. They let the river go on half of it because they thought that's where the artifacts was, and it flooded half of the whole goddamn structure away and took the artifacts away.
Let me show y'all some.
So they was doing a lot of flooding. They were definitely doing a lot of flooding and stuff over there because they didn't understand what was going on.
Like, look right here. You see that? Lake Titicaca underwater
Yeah.
ruins. You see it?
Yeah. Cracking up right now. This happening right on time.
So
Look.
they say it was a smaller lake, but they dug it out from what I learned about it. They dug it out to sink the city because the city was showing connections with Egypt. You see the
Hold
Hathor?
on, bro. I seen them ruins like almost over a decade ago or something like that. I seen them ruins a long time
Yeah, they've
ago.
been there a
And that's
long
from
time.
Titicaca.
I think they teach us that in school. I think they show us that in the history
Holiday
books.
season, you can count on
Yeah,
Kroger.
it's been there a long time now. It's been there a long time.
I remember them pictures because it's Haru and everything. You can see like everything basically that was in Egypt is under there.
It's
Yeah, I
under.
think they show us that in high school in the history book.
Yep, it's under there. It got steps, massive steps. Like it's a whole lot of stuff under there, bro. And they know it's there. And they call it the lost
So
city of Atlantis. And they got like this is This is what the websites say about it. Like the lost city of Atlantis, Lake Titicaca. You see it
Yeah,
now. They try to put out these like this AI right here. We know that, but they've really found gold in buildings that look like Greek buildings. That's why I keep telling people that's our ancient building style. See the columns,
yeah,
but they won't show it all on video. They'll just show the gold they found. See what I'm saying? They go to do with the gold and Lake to the Caca right there.
yeah. Them pillars my uncle built on LaGrange College, almost 200 years old right now.
Oh yeah,
We build it standing, they don't go nowhere.
that's our culture, right? Limestone and all of that. That's our ancient mound building culture coming up into the new culture, and our people still know how to do it. They know that. They just won't give us the credit for it. Yep.
That's crazy.
Late to the
Now,
Caca, it's deep right there, bro.
yeah, and now I'm looking at that and looking at them underground ruins. It get me thinking about like that Stanley of Hatshepsut when who I forgot who I think Queen Hatshepsut was talking to Ty. I cannot remember.
Actually, Sue was talking about the land of punt.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Talking to the land of punt.
Stanley of Hatshepsut when they was she was talking to that Hittite queen and she like I thought you was dead. When she was supposed to be going back to punt and all of that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Hatshepsut put in her tomb about the land of punt and the stuff they was getting from there, and it's the ancestral land and all of that. So Hatshepsut knew about the Mexico, South America area where they was going getting all these exotic goods from. Yeah. Good question.
That's it. Well, that's all I had though. I just wanted to, yeah, I was
No doubt.
going over that late Titicaca thing. That's all I want to talk about for real.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Y'all follow Mr. Calloway. Good question, bro. Good question. Y'all follow Mr. Calloway. Follow Mr. Calloway. Yeah, Lake Titicaca is so much stuff hidden right there, bro. It's crazy. Like they got ancient buildings around the lake. A land with it's called Isla del Sol. Isla del Sol is like it got the bell arches in stone built around Lake Titicaca is a place we all really need to go see because it's crazy out there
That in the Badlands.
in the Badlands.
I gotta get out there. I gotta get out there to South Dakota and stuff. Utah, any of them areas out there.
Let me see.
Yes.
Key Ski, you got a question or a comment?
I be seeing all kind of people with videos and they don't even know what they looking at. They just moving all quick and stuff.
Oh yeah, it's out there. It says straight buildings built out of stone. But they bombed the area.
Yeah.
Zakana, got a question or a comment real quick?
Oh,
You must know her. I don't know.
no. Just say that. I'm looking at the day.
Yo, Zakana, what's up?
I just had a question to is this a recorded live?
Yeah, I can
What
come back and record it. Yeah.
yeah, would you please do that? Cause I was telling one of my friends about it and she's not able to um view it
Got you.
live with us because she don't have the TikTok and she was like, "Oh, it sounds interesting." So I told her I would ask to see if this was a recorded live
Every day
because
I take these videos and I put them on my YouTube.
uh-huh.
Tell her to go subscribe to my YouTube. It's We Know the Truth now with that same red logo on YouTube.
I told her that because she said, "What's the topic? What's the topic?" I said, "The topic is we know the truth now." No, what is he saying? I'm like, I just told you it's called We Know the Truth now. That's the whole topic because it's covering so many things that we already been told, because people came forth, started spilling their guts telling stuff, and they go against they principles and their lives, I guess you want to call it, and they say yeah, uh this is what really happened here in the US, in America. And we all know America is the plantation state and country, and we all know that America is the new world. This ain't the ancient world. This ain't this modern day Babylon.
Now, this is the ancient world.
Well, hey,
See,
I'm learning from a perspective where
let me give you a
America
let me give you an example of what
America
I'm talking about.
no, America is what it is. It has some ancient stuff, which it does, but there's also storms and stuff that came that shifted stuff too and caused the land to break, crack, and all the other stuff in between what we didn't know. And like you were saying earlier, or that other young man talking about those man-made uh oceans and seas and all that kind of stuff and islands. Yeah, some of all that came from that too. But to me, America,
Is the new world.
right, in the modern day,
America,
in the modern day standpoint, now this how
America,
I know
America
the pagan
is
word.
not the new is not the new world.
Well, what you think it
The
is?
Mediterranean Sea in Egypt in Samaria. I mean, the Fertile Crescent is the new world.
Well,
The,
I
the
I
the
call I
old world,
call
the old world has the most ancient um structures and the most ancient knowledge, right? So
uh-huh.
if mound building is before pyramid building, that makes America the old world because this is the mound area of the world, right? First, you start with mounds and you build up to pyramids. So the ancient culture of America, like he was just showing you, we got agriculture mills, 10 and 20,000, 30,000 years old. While on this side of the world, the mills are only 5,000, 4,000 years old.
Now
So the
I'm gonna
knowledge
take the
comes from here.
I'm gonna take the 4 and 5,000 because literally the world is not that old. It's only
Yes, it
seven
is.
thousand two hundred and fifty four years
It's
old,
way older than that.
and they want to
We got
keep
bones
adding
way
all
older than
these.
that.
They want to keep adding all these thousands and thousands and trillions and billions. The world ain't even that old.
Yes, it is.
Term.
No,
It takes
it
26,000 years to chart out the solar, you
The
know what I'm
world is way
saying, the
older.
Aquarius and all that stuff. Now, our people been
mm,
here at least that long to chart it all out to a
okay,
meticulously
what's
time
that
period.
on the Gregorian calendar and the lunar calendar and all that kind of mess? Because there's not no 24 hours in a day. It's only 12 hours in a day and 12 hours in a night. You separate it. You do not join them together. If it was 24 hours in a day, that would make, when is the nighttime gonna come? If it's 24 hours in a day, that would make the whole day still stay daytime. If it's
The
24 hours in a day,
the,
that
Gregor-
don't make sense to
the
me.
Gregorian
So,
calendar ain't even 500 years old. So
right.
you can't look at a calendar that ain't even before Christ and try to line it up with how old the Earth is because that calendar,
Well, he don't even exist. He's made up.
yeah, he
So
made up, but at the same time, the calendar is not that. Mayans have calendars older than that.
right,
Um,
but I'm just stating that, from all this time and stuff, I don't believe that the world is past 73,000 years
so you
old.
think the world, you think the people started over there in the Fertile Crescent?
Yeah, because if you go and read the first
So
five books
people,
of the Bible,
so
the
the,
matter of fact, the 6 days of creation.
Let me ask you a
That's the
question, because you see, people who think about look at it like this. I got to ask you a question.
okay.
If you think the world started 7,000 years ago in the Fertile Crescent,
Mm-hmm.
why was those people so advanced when the world, if they popped right out the earth or fell out the sky, whatever you believe, why were they so advanced from the start? You think they were aliens?
No, they weren't no aliens. What it was in the 6 days of creation, you have to look
They
at
got that
how.
smart though.
No. Hold on. You got to look at how our
No, I'm
father.
asking basic questions. You think they that smart?
I'm trying to
That
explain
smart
it to you. If you
in
let me
7 days?
explain. Hold on.
Come on now, let's
Now
make
that
common
six
sense now.
days, there's 6 days of creation,
Now I gotta put
and
pressure on you. In six
hold
days of
on.
creation, they were building elaborate mounds and cities with gold and copper.
No. You asked me a question
This
and you're not giving me the opportunity to answer that question. Let me answer the question, then you can see where I'm coming from. Don't just jump
okay,
in there and
go ahead. I want to hear this.
okay. I'm looking from the standpoint of the 6 days of creation. Now you asking about man's intellect. Man's intellect came from our creator, which is God himself. Now, how I know this, because on the sixth day, man and woman was created within the same day, and the animals. Now, what did our Father God ask the man that he created before he created the woman? He told him to name all the animals, and that the names he gave them, those will be their names, and then it will also line up with what their functions would be. Now, that is where man's intellect and his mindset came
Okay,
from, because he was born that
okay,
way.
okay.
And our father talked to him and
Mm.
gave him instructions, and they communicated with each other, and
Okay.
that they communicated with each other, then the man
So
said
you're saying
to
the biblical creation story is where man got his
uh-huh
knowledge from?
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
No.
oh,
yeah,
oh, oh.
yeah,
All right,
You think the
now
Bible
I
is the
got to explain.
beginning?
Okay,
yes,
your
in the
Connor.
beginning. Thank you for saying that. In the beginning.
You
Okay,
think the
now your
Bible is the
Connor.
beginning?
In the beginning. So
Let me explain. I let you talk now.
okay, now
Let me
you
explain.
say your version.
I knew it.
Now
I knew
this
it.
the real version.
Uh-oh.
Now,
This the real version.
if the biblical version started 2,000 years ago, right?
No, I ain't said no 2000. You asked me in
You
between that
reading out the
7,000 years.
Bible. You read
7,000
seven
years.
seven
you
thousand
you
years ago,
7,000 years
and
ago
I
then.
agreed to that. I
okay.
agreed to
Okay.
7,000.
Your
We sticking with
timeline,
seven.
no
We ain't said about
timeline.
no.
Come on, your Connor, let me talk. Your timeline is way off, right?
Nope.
If you are talking about biblical information, we're talking about 2,000 years ago. Because the Bible comes in AD times, right? Not BC times. BC means before Christ. So 7,000 years ago, that's 5,000 years before Christ. You must know that first before you talk on this level. Now,
I just told you we
I'm
on
just
that
giving
six,
you the
but okay,
basic.
go ahead.
I ain't trying to be funny. We just talking. We just talking. 5,000 years, it's 7,000 years ago, that's 5,000 BC. In 5,000 BC, we had mound builders in America aligning stuff with stars for agriculture. They are the people who created the Hebrew characteristics, right? Now, when you speak of biblical stuff, that is way after we created all of that knowledge you're speaking of. But the ancient culture says man comes from the mound or earth, right? He comes out and he's made of red clay. He comes from the bin. The waters,
That's the
the,
6 days of
the waters,
creation.
the waters recede, and then man comes from dry land. That's what the ancient cultures say. Thousands of years before the biblical story was written, right? So,
No.
yes.
That is the no, that is the start of if you
That's
want to
not
say
the start of biblical information.
That ain't Adam and Eve popping up out of there.
That is the start of the biblical understanding because you have to start from somewhere.
The
So
Bible don't get their
that
information. Don't get
our
information
father
into our
told
people.
our first prophet.
All right, Zakana. All right, Zakana. I can't. I tried to be going now. Zakana. We are so older than the references that you are talking about. We so older than that, right? You have to understand. By the time the Bible is written, our people had already went around the world hundreds and thousands of times. We had already done all this stuff that was written, right? Where do you think they got that from? Now, the Adam and Eve story is to throw you off from that side of the world to this side of the world. Their creation story starts with Adam and Eve on the land over there. Over here, we was already here way before that creation story of Adam and Eve ever came, right? So you're looking at it from that's the new world over there, really. And this is the old world. This is not the new world. We taught them that information they got to even write those stories. And you gotta understand it.
People gotta stop trying to hold on to their biblical beliefs where they can stay in good graces with their church folk and all this other stuff. You now,
That's cool,
nothing
but
wrong with
you got to at least know the basics.
yeah.
The basics is
And you gotta know
2,000 years
the
ago, that's when
difference.
AD starts. Right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I know it too as soon as I say it, 'cause I think I heard her talking before.
That's wild. Let me get some more people up.
I was just waiting for waiting for something.
Yeah, at BC times, you can't put no biblical stuff.
I don't know where she get that 7,000. That's the first time I ever heard somebody start with a 7,000 year timeline.
Me too.
That's crazy.
First blood.
7,000 years.
Comment. That's crazy.
Forget carbon dating. Forget everything else.
See, if you gonna try to add them stories together, it'll never add to go together because it's talking about a creation story from the planet, not from a god. So you can't put that together like that. Emma, you got a question or comment?
Somebody else was down there too. First blood. I see him down there.
Oh man, I ain't even see him down there. First blood, you got a question, brother? First blood, you up? You hear me?
Got a question. I just like listening to everybody with these receipts, man. It's how can I say it? It's empowering, especially you and Earth. I follow y'all. I'm always tapping in, man. And I like when people like the young lady came in and said what she said because this is how you acquire knowledge. You know, you have to have those thoughts in your head to even get to a point so you can be taught. But we gotta learn correction is love. Correction ain't bad. Correction is love.
Yeah.
You know, if you love somebody, that's correction,
I'm trying to
man.
be funny.
Yeah, we weren't trying to disrespect. That's why we.
Oh no.
It's like
I let her ride.
Hey, truth. Hey, I've been following you, do you? That's all you do is show love, and that's why I appreciate your what's name, because you don't never bash nobody, man. These your people. You don't never bash them. You just trying to enlighten them. You
Just
gave
trying to
her
enlighten them.
platform.
I ain't here to make
Gave
fun
her
of
time.
nobody.
You was you almost coddled her. But yeah, man, hey, keep doing that, man. I appreciate y'all, man, so much, man. I've been on this journey for 5 years, man, and you know, as long as I'm living, I'm learning. And I like to sit back and just listen, take my notes, especially when you got the receipts, because that let me know where to go and check it. You know,
Exactly.
the most important part is you got to go yourself. When somebody give you a receipt, you have to go yourself and research it. Man,
Yeah.
I'm going through with my family. I'm the youngest of 10, man, and they all look at me sideways when I be telling them, but I bring these receipts and they still be like confused because they so indoctrinated, you know. But
Exactly.
I'm gonna keep
It
my
take
journey
time.
going.
Take
Yeah, man.
time.
Hey, listen, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
No doubt.
I
Appreciate you,
appreciate
brother.
y'all, man. Hey, it means a lot.
No doubt. Y'all father first blood. Father first blood. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, you know me. I'm listening. I don't be trying to bash nobody or nothing, but we got to at least use the common sense part of this information just to make it, you know, just to make it, listening. Elma, let me bring you back up. My bad. Elma, come back up. I got you. You got a question or comment?
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
good. I was listening to the lady, and I'm not as learned about the things that you and Earth speak about. I listen, but I don't know it. But I understand what she's talking about
Yeah.
because in these Americas they taught that 1,000 years, one day is 1,000 years. So in her mind, 7,000 is because man was created on the sixth day, so that's 6,000. So when she was saying that, I know, that's where she's getting it from. But I did buy Earth's book, and I was wondering, do you have a book out?
No, not yet. Not yet. I,
Oh,
I,
okay.
I got so much stuff I'm trying to put in it. It's kind of too big right now. I'm about to break it down into sections before I put it out, but I'm working on one now. Yeah.
Yeah, because I know people like in their 80s, they've been in the church world for a long time. And when I sit around and I mention or talk about some of these things, they think like I got like another head coming out inside of my neck. I've never heard of that, they say. So, and these are learned people that've been around, in prestigious places, and they have no idea. And so I try to tell them to follow you guys so that they can look. Some of them are ministers in the church world, and they'll argue you down about it.
You messing with
America.
you
Ha
messing
ha
with their
ha.
money. That's why.
I ain't think about that. Yeah.
Now,
So
I
You know how?
understand what she was saying. She is
mhm.
saying she really means 6,000 years, really,
Yep.
because the
Yep.
Bible teaches 4,000 BC, right?
Hmm.
But what you got to understand is the Bible is telling you about stories that happened before the so-called Christ.
Hmm.
So they are going back before Christ was born in the book, trying to teach you all the way up until the time Christ was born, and that's around 6,000 years. I see what she's saying, but what I'm trying to tell her is the teachings that come before the Christ they talk about is our ancient history of a real people that was taken and put into that book of history before that ideology became about in the world. So when they speaking about stuff before Christ in the Bible, they're talking about our real history from stories that come from our people before the biblical Christ was born. That's the difference. That's the only difference in it.
Yeah, in fact they say that, Christ came down to 42 generations, and they kind of timeline it where, the
Yeah,
Hebrew people, the line of David,
yeah,
Christ is born, and all these every single story they tie it in to the birth of Christ.
yeah.
So,
Exactly. Because it got to make sense, right?
yeah,
Like
a lot of it don't,
yeah,
but
it don't make sense because it's not aligned in the right the right dates, right?
right.
So
The
they
right
try to
teaching.
so they try to make it make sense
Hmm.
so people can take it as all truth.
Yeah, and it's hard to if you don't have the right knowledge, it's hard to communicate with them because in their mind, the way they're written, the way they're organized from Genesis to Malachi, the way they're organized, that's the way they happen in their minds.
Exactly.
With biblical people, you have to show them biblical accounts in real life. Like, for instance, most people can't show you real individuals in the Bible because Most people don't study that much. So when you go in there and you show them Taharka and Sennacherib and show them that they real people, these are real events that happen, and then they have real tombs and stuff that you can go place your hands on. They got actual bones. So that's how you have to conduct the religion. You have to show them the
Can't hear you, Casey.
in there.
Can't hear you.
Y'all can't hear me?
Yeah, it was
No.
kind of muffled.
Sound good now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear
Yes.
you now.
Okay. So you got to understand, you got to be able to show them. It's kind of like you got to know it better than them. That's why it's so important to read the Bible and understand it from an agricultural standpoint and look at the millstone. Look at when they get to talk about who moves the Pleiades, who creates Orion and the bear. Those are astronomy things that we created over here. Then you show them it lined up with mounds and temples and stuff all around the world. You can't dispute this. Then you can show them who the people really are in that Bible that they talking about. See, most people still trying to understand it from a spiritual aspect and thinking they finna get saved. You ain't finna get saved. You better, boy, you know you got to save yourself. Both mentally first. Stop thinking somebody gonna save you. No. That's what they want you to think. That's what they pulled up. But that's why they gave you the guide and took the land. Here y'all go. Y'all gonna get y'all reward in the afterlife. Meanwhile, we finna take all the tobacco, take all the corn, take all your land, move y'all around, do what y'all need to do, while y'all sit back and wait on the God that we know don't even exist because we gave it to y'all.
Now, to give you an example of how the Bible starts at a certain point, it gives you old stories that it starts at a certain point on that landmass over there, right? So they talking about in the book of Genesis how Abraham comes from Mesopotamia to Canaan, then to the Middle East, right? That's when the biblical narrative starts on their land, right? Hebrew people story talking about Abraham migrating from Mesopotamia to Canaan to the Middle East. Abraham was already some type of Hebrew. Where did he come from? Why does his story just start in Mesopotamia? Why they don't give you like where that knowledge that he had came from? Why they don't give you where the agriculture knowledge or the spirituality or the characteristics he was doing? Who taught him that? So
Well,
they give you a story of him already who he is with no background.
right.
So we have to question, where does that knowledge come from that Abraham and his bloodline start from? And it starts from an ancient culture who done that stuff, who built mounds around the world. Those are his ancestors that's on their land. Like I could break it down if I knew we were going to talk about this, but I'll talk about it another day so we can get an understanding of it.
Right. And when you do, I want to be on this live because the book of Enoch talks about some of this stuff, and other books of Jasher and stuff like that. Also, they didn't canonize. They start talking about, well, they're not canonized. Those aren't the real books, and so it lets you know they took a lot of information out and just condensed it together.
And you know, Enoch was a name that was used in America, right? Tenoch. They took the T off and it becomes Enoch, right? So when you go back to the original word, it means an American fruit, right? So why is a giant named after American fruit that the Aztecs and the Mayans talked about with some type of migration of people? So if this is a biblical story, why are people who never read the Bible using these same words, talking about the same story? And the pyramids in Mexico are named after Enoch. So that's when you got to question the legitimacy of where the story came from. Because if this is one story that happened on one landmass at one time, it shouldn't be with indigenous people on the other side of the world that have never read that story in a book. Does it come from their ancestors? And did the teaching of that side of the world come from a book? Then you have to ask yourself that. Let me give
I
you
wanted
what.
to ask you a question
Okay.
because let me see how I'm going to frame the question. The story of the giants, the way it's framed, 200 of them came down, made it with women. This is supposed to have been some account of an unrighteous or sinful behavior. So when they say that we are descendants of giants, the people don't want to hear that. People think, oh, that's impossible because they did wrong. They came down and they made it with women from the cosmos, and they shouldn't have did that. So do you think that those stories make people push away like, no, that never happened? Or, they get, what do you think about that? The way they frame those stories, it scares the heck out of the Christian people.
I know
So they don't read about
that's why they
anything
framed
else.
it. That's why they framed it like that to scare people. Now, the giants are the original people of the earth. They were here before the regular man. Right? They are the ancient ancestors of the regular man. Our people, right? So what you gotta understand is they're not fallen angels. The reason they are called fallen angels, which is a fallen angel, is some type of devil, right? Like Judah. I mean, like the devil.
Defer.
Lucifer, fallen angel. The giants are fallen angels. They're not fallen angels. They are the first people born of the planet, of the wind and the dust of the earth. So they made those people evil because those people were the first self-sufficient people on the planet, right? They don't want you to believe in nature taking care of people. They want you to believe God is taking care of people. The giants lived under nature's rule, and the religious people lived under God's rule. That's why they demonized the giant. But the giant are the ancestors of our people, right? And they was all nature's people. So when they start having descendants with other entities, the other entities became religious. And they pointed the finger at the giant saying he was evil because they want you to believe in a one God theory. So the giants not fallen angels. They are the ancient ancestors. The giants are really the people who created the Ivri or the Hebrew characteristics. But his descendants took him out for belief in God or monotheistic one God thing. But he was talking about his beliefs became witchcraft. His belief became hoodoo. His beliefs became evil things, right? And that's where they come from. The giants are the people who wore the mask with the horns on the head. That's where you get the devil ideology from. So we got to look at this thing a whole nother way from what that book put on us, because it's teaching us our ancestors were evil. That's where they come from.
So who wrote the book of Enoch? Because
Now,
I thought they found it in somewhere in.
from my understanding, the book of Enoch is an American story that was written down long time ago and taken to another land. And then ended up in the Bible. But on our landmass, it was just a story told from ancestor to descendant over time of something that happened long before the Bible was ever written. But that story just carried on and it ended up in religious books. Yeah. I talked about that the other day. Moses Moshe is a word we was using in America, which became the English version for Moses. So a lot of these stories was already American stories before they even got over there. And then when they got over there, it turned into a biblical story. That's a good question, though. Good question. Y'all follow Miss Elma. Good question, Miss Elma. Follow Miss Elma. Follow Miss Elma. Okay, like I told y'all yesterday, a lot of these stories, once I do the research, are coming from here, right? They talk about Saul and the let me show y'all something. Now, in the Book of Mormon, why are they talking about Saul and these certain type of Indians? Well, Saul and this certain name of people. Then when you find out the real name of the Indians, it matches right up with the name of the Micmac Indian. Then you got Saul's Mound in America. That's crazy. Because y'all talking about something that we can actually go put our hands on this landmass coming out y'all religious book. Right? Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So it's talking about Saul and I think it's M-I-C-K, M-A-C-K. The name Saul is connected through Micmac, right? Biblical figure King Saul also appears in traditional Micmac tales as a comparative reference. So why are the Micmac Indians talking about King Saul, and then y'all put King Saul in the Book of Mormon? And then when I go research Saul with copper, Saul had a military base with copper swords. Then I go to the mounds in Tennessee and I find Saul's Mound, and they pull out copper swords out of Saul's Mound. So that story coming from Indians talking about a king. And he buried right there in Tennessee.
Did they find one of the giants in Saul's Mound?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So they are writing books off of our real history. So you got to research this stuff now. I got the receipt somewhere. Hold on. I showed this the other day. I be wanting to show people this stuff because in the Micmac Indians who was writing these type of glyphs, look like Egyptian glyphs, are talking about King Saul right here. And they're talking about Saul, Israel, Micmash, right? Saul and the Micmash. Who is the Micmash? The Micmash is the Micmac. Correct term for indigenous people of the Micmac. Now, this make perfect sense if you using your head. They talking about the Micmac Indians in Jerusalem in America, right? And then you go to Saul's Mound in Tennessee, and there it is. Big old mound called Saul with a giant got pulled out of it 100 years ago. It's called the Pinson Mounds. Saul's Mound in Pinson. Let me give y'all a picture of it so y'all can know this stuff real. And this place is built a land just like Egypt in mounds in Tennessee. Right? Pinson Mound, Saul's Mound. Here you go right here. Let me give y'all an idea of what I'm talking about. So when y'all go, I think Rashad Poor, did you go to Pinson Mounds? I think Rashad Poor went out there. I ain't never been to Pinson. I got to get out there. But this is Saul's Mound in Pinson, right? Pinson Mounds, looking like a damn pyramid. Look at it. See what I'm saying? So, and what's crazy about this is the stories the Micmac wrote in these glyphs is talking about King Saul buried in a mound. And the Mormons have taken this story and turned it biblical. So, hold on. Let me get some more information on it. I ain't even researched this all that hard, but it just hit me one day like, it's right there. So that's a King Saul is an Old Testament story, right? So if we talking Old Testament, we talking an old story. Now hold on. Micmac, the real name. First King, humble beginnings as a farmer from a tribe of Benjamin. So when you go back to Micmac, the whole word, they say that King Saul was Israel's first king, a humble beginning as a farmer from the tribe of Benjamin in the Near East, right? Eventual downfall due to the disobedience and jealousy of concerning David. There's some more stuff in here. The young farmer named Saul was out looking for his father's lost donkeys when God guided him to Samuel in the town of Ramah. This is the biblical story. Now, we're talking about he a farmer, right? He's a Hebrew. He's a farmer. Now, if you take that story back to old times, are these people really farmers in the desert? Like, are these stories coming from here and these people are really buried here in mounds? You got to really look at this stuff. Let me see what else to say about this. It's so deep, man. But I want y'all to look into that. Look into that with me, because that's a Saul's Mound in Pinson. And then on top of that, it goes along with Saul had a military base. A military fortification, I'm gonna call it that.
Okay.
Which in ancient times would be copper swords and shields and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what they
That
found.
bow and arrow.
That's what they found in the Pinson Mounds. A charismatic military leader organized Israel's first standing army and led successful campaigns against the Ammonites. His military career was marked with significant victory. The significant victory at Michmash. See what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And the Michmash is Micmac. Now, Saul's military, copper. Bronze and copper alloy helmet. The copper is a reference to the bronze material of the helmet and the swords and all of that. Now let me see something. Just a quick research. Now, if this stuff ancient, and they got swords and bow and arrows, Hold on. This some of that stuff they try to hide right here because they don't want you to. They don't want you to. But I found these receipts a long time ago. Let me see. Let me see. I wish I could have them old receipts to show y'all. But as I go through the pins and mounds on YouTube, they talk about copper swords and axes and all of that. I don't know if it was bronze or copper, but it was there at pins and mounds.
Too hard to find the copper swords in the. It ain't too hard to find the copper swords and stuff in the mounds.
Yeah, I got some pictures of it. They're just old. I got to go back and find. I ain't got a moment right now. But that site had copper swords and stuff like that. So, and the Book of Mormon speaks about the Nephite, right? So all that stuff kind of go together. It all go together. Meaning some private collectors got a lot of this stuff too. Let me see. I'll find that stuff for live tomorrow, man. Y'all follow Casey Megan, follow Keisha the Hood Princess. 200,000 likes. I appreciate y'all, man. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go back through that get through with that DeSoto book. I really want to go through and show y'all the names of the chiefs that DeSoto was coming across, the name of the cities, the rivers, what the people were saying, because that is a big part of this story, right? What were the people saying and doing, and the city names and all of that? Because I'm very interested in this, because this really kind of tells the story, right? All these names, all these different places. I showed y'all the Tula caves, the red caves. All these different areas in Florida and Alabama, and a lot of this stuff mean Hebrew. So when I got the map and I got the book, it goes along with the story, goes along of him leaving Florida, coming through Georgia, talking to all these chiefs in Alabama and Florida and Mississippi and in Arkansas and everything. So break their name down, and a lot of their names are Hebrew or Sanskrit. It's not no Native American names, right? Like I was telling y'all, Sachu is Hebrew. Sachu is Hebrew. Now that on the map is Sachu Ma. So it proves that the names of the chief was Hebrew, the town name was Hebrew, and these were the original people that DeSoto ran across. He said the people are not Hebrews. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that language was being spoken over here. We created that language on this land, right? What people took from our language and our characteristics as a people became Hebrew. I'm going to say it like that. Hope you understand me a little better. It wasn't religion. It wasn't religious. I'm just putting it so people can understand it. You get
That's
me?
how I know people don't research. That's how I know people don't research, because we go research the history when they first pull it up. It's going to tell you. Dang near all the accounts telling you who
They
the
have no
people
idols.
is. Yeah.
It just
They done
was,
lost.
It was a
We
way of
ran into the
living.
lost tribes of Israel.
Yeah, it was a way of living. They called you the lost tribes.
Yeah, we wasn't lost.
We wasn't lost. We was always at home, especially over here. So how are people the lost tribes, and we got roads built of stone going from mound to mound, underground tunnels going from mound to mound, all under the Mississippi River. We wasn't lost. Never was. Right? They were lost before we were lost. Because we circled the world long before other people did. We built monuments in places where people were just starting to, live there. So the people they speak of are our people. That's all I'm saying. But I'm gonna go through some more of that book and some more of these places tomorrow. I was gonna do it today, but I just wanted to show y'all about the tobacco beetle that they found in Egypt that comes from America in the tombs. Love y'all. I'm in love with you, man. Appreciate it. I've been on 3 hours.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Subscribe to my YouTube. We know the truth now. Follow Casey Macon. Follow Keisha the Hood Princess. And if you miss my live, you can catch it on the YouTube in the evening time. Every day. Let me see. It was somebody out finna speak to. We had like 400 and some people in the live. Appreciate y'all. Coco Chanel, what up? But y'all follow Casey and follow any more questions real quick before we get out of here. Alan Prince, appreciate it, bro. Mississippi.
Appreciate everybody in the chat sticking around. Hope everybody having a good day. If you're dealing with this snow like I am, y'all be careful out there.
Yeah, there's snow. It's bad up there.
Well, we got about 10 inches up here.
Ooh. Man. Stay on down here. I remember them days. Man, wake up, can't even get out the door. I mean, you got it. I remember crawling out the window to get the snow from in front of the door. We couldn't even get out the door.
Shoot, back hurting still from shoveling.
Crazy.
Old raggedy snowmobile leaking gas. Can't even use that sucker.
Gotta do it by hand.
Man.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. We know the truth now. Y'all have a good day. Be safe, man.